and now not able to quite catch the burst.
Lead lay, setting up the doll. Good check on that doll there from Scalp. Now a doll gauge for Dawn is looking rather low, and Excalibur Blaze is completely topped up. Has to respect those 2-2s spikes though from Dawn coming out.
Oh yeah, there's no way to pick that up, especially on the ground. Oh no! This is gonna kill Nirvana!
Yeah, so that was a great play there from Dawn, because forcing Excalibur Blaze to block that meant that we had no way to deactivate Ada. And so Ada had to eat all of those hits.
Who goes to the ground there, no real punish. Out of the corner.
Bounce again. Kind of using it as a reversal in a way. Oh, wow!
Whoa! The clash, but still ends up getting caught. Such a smart idea. However, that connection not quite there to get the follow-up.
Oh no, into the corner. Oh no, can we block this out? We had no external resources to deal with this mix. We have to outlast it, jump out, do something, build up enough to get counter assault, and we let the counter assault rip. But Excalibur Blaze knows that, trying to bait it out, but unfortunately not able to find that punish. And Dawn, outlasting that pressure sequence, is able to escape.
Man, defense wins championships, and it might just win you a game in the losers finals as well. Such a good blocking sequence there, and a great challenge as well from Dawn. One of the things that gets overlooked about defense is always going to be when you choose a challenge and how good it is when you get there.
All right, now you got two characters on you. You got Ada trying to go for that low, but it completely whiffed, to my knowledge, from what I saw there.
I did not know if the twirl is going to be able to pick that one up there, though.
Okay, avoiding the spikes, and Ada, but gosh, we're just going to pogo off of your mom. There we go. Perfect play there from Excalibur Blaze. Fireball coming from the other side, locking down Dawn straight into the overhead RC, back into the blender. And a Dawn going to have to burst this one, right? We don't want to be put into that corner position, and we don't want to be taking any more damage than we already have.
Oh, man. Oh, trying to get ambiguous with it, and sure does. Gets to the other side of Excal's block.
This should fully recharge doll gauge here for Dawn. Yes, and then we will be able to go into the hard knockdown ender. Dawn in a fantastic position now after that crush trigger.
And now you still don't have that much doll gauge to work with, but it should be just enough for one more route if you land this next mix-up.
This is tech. Still blocking this out. Duos Bios, raw, just like so. Excalibur Blaze. Oh no! I think we try to go for that same trick that we did before to escape the corner, but it's not gonna work. And we're just gonna go for the Canada Burst way up north there. And Dawn able to just punch him out of the skies, just like so. Dawn with game number one is kind of breathing a bit of a new life into this set here. Something very different from what we've been seeing before.
Absolutely. I mean, usually, you know, it's like people who don't know Dawn, you know, people got to know Excal just from, you know, seeing all the Twitter bits and such. People don't know Dawn will be like, oh, this is going to be a wash, man. Like, no, Dawn is mad good at this game. Oh yeah, my
absolutely.
God.
And Dawn is continuing to prove that with this round. What a beatdown it has been. Near perfect is what Dawn is trying to work towards, and Excalibur Blaze knows too that if we can get the snowball rolling, then we can actually just take this lead back into our own hands.
Okay, not there.
Wow, the last hits, catching Dawn, falling down. Excalibur Blaze taking a little bit more damage though. We don't want to be taking any more damage than we already have. Duos Bios raw just like so. Pogo to try and stay in the air, but down with your death sentence, signing it away. Dawn find the anti-air so easily after that.
All right then, Dawn goes ahead, picks up yet another round. Gotta see if he can continue to pick up this momentum. Excalibur Blades trying to showcase why he has won so many of these tournaments before.
Yeah, you can see Excalibur Blade's waiting for that committal approach from Dawn, that we are then, you know, using the air dash to go right on over and then catch Dawn in the process. And now look at the position Dawn is in because we didn't spend the burst unblockable twice.
Oh my gosh, and you're just dead. You have the meter for it. Oh, did go with pop loops? Just wants to kill.
Jeez. Excalibur Blaze smells of fear and is looking for that blood here. Excalibur Blaze with a perfect takes that round, evening us here up here in this game. Looking to even us up in the set as well. Dawn now pushing the aggression, but with that doll gauge running very low, Dawn has to retreat back to have that doll gauge recharge.
All right. Go great fuzzy jump out there by Excal. Dawn even better fuzzy jump there against Ada. We have seen Dawn block these before, maybe not that time, but is not gonna get one more chance. You already know that Excal's got these. Claps, claps. Oh, it reset! It dropped, but Dawn wasn't ready.
Oh yeah, and Excalibur Blade is probably thinking like, yeah, I may not have gotten away with that. Or sorry, may not have gotten away with that in like a different universe.
Yes.
But in this one, this is the one that Excalibur Blade is able to take that round, win, and even us up. Now we have a set on our hands, folks. This is going to be going the distance.
Oh yeah. As is everything this tournament so far.
All right, into the corner we go. Going for the low, and there's the small high as well. Doesn't find the full combo, but will be able to find it here. Not going to be the most damage, though, especially because the Excalibur Blade is not going to be spending any resources just yet. Holding on to it in the tank. Led Leia 10th, but it's not going to be doing anything. Instead, stalling us in that position so the Excalibur Blades can continue putting all of this pressure on top of Dawn. Here it is. Keeping him in the corner, resetting Ada, backing up.
Not quite able to do much with it. Moms is on the case. Only a little bit of an extension there.
Okay.
Feels like Excal can't go anywhere. Hitwheel is just so strong in this type of matchup.
Both players at full screen. Excal respecting Dawn. I mean, look at Excal. We have so much health, and we might just be playing for a timeout. Like, okay, Dawn, if you're not going to approach me, I'm just going to be okay with blocking all this out. I have my doll right on you, and that is the first time we've seen this super get activated. Dawn getting hit by the sleeper agent there.
Yep, got a bit too comfortable just trying to set up the sequences with his own puppet. Completely forgot about the menacing doll right in front of him.
Yeah, sending the spy into the back lines. That's how it felt like.
He's like, wait, I just called for Pinwheel, but the doll's not moving. What do I do? And I was like, oh shoot, that's not mine.
Oh, and this is big here. No doll gauge here for Dawn. Dawn not choosing to burst this either. Probably looking to burst it onto the mix-up, but that is very scary, right? Because we've seen Excalibur Blades go for so many of these burst baits here. And we might see another one. Dawn, oh wow, still holding on to it, still holding on to this burst. We don't have enough health to make burst even matter. Now we need to go all in on an OD.
Oh my gosh, no. I think he's gonna try to kill him the old-fashioned way here. No OD necessary, just wants to go for one more mix-up. Gets the throw!
This is massive. Excalibur Blades now has that burst available, 100 meter on deck. Excalibur Blades can't die in this combo, not even with Dawn popping EA.
Now she gets to the other side. Not quite enough to kill. You gotta watch out for the doll.
One touch. Going to full screen, setting the doll, trying to get a hit with the fireball. Dashing forward, dashing forward.
Oh my gosh. Wait. The J2C so smart. Setting up way too smart. Right now, Dawn is a negative penalty.
Both players sending everything. Oh God! And we got the two dolls duking it out.
It's JoJo's part 3 up in here. Let's go! Then at the end of the day, Dawn takes the round after a slobber knocker between the two dolls. What a world!
This is anime as hell. Final round of game number 3. Excalibur Blades looking to get another point on board, trying to get in the lead of this set. Opening up Dawn. Big opening too. Dawn still doesn't have that resource anymore, doesn't have that burst, but we've seen Dawn make that comeback in the past, in that previous round right there. We could potentially see it again, but things are looking very dire. Excalibur Blade still with full health, and we find that final hit, and that is such a predictable burst with so little health left in the tank here for Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, it is really rough there. I mean, once you kind of start to go for like those tilt rolls, Excalibur catching them there, like, you get hit, you're like, oh man, I'm about to roll out. Like, I don't even want to deal with this anymore. Players at this level are never going to let you get away with that. And Dawn knows that, which is why he's been throwing his head back in frustration.
Okay, 2-1 for Excalibur Blades. That is the score. Will it be a 3-1? Will it be a 2-2? That is the question. Potentially the final game of this set. And what a way to start it off. Going straight for the overhead into the OD. Confirm Excalibur Blades getting a nice 3200 to start us off and taking that burst from Dawn as well.
Oh no. took the burst. Don still has to hold all of this. Oh, here comes the unblockable. Oh my goodness, and the reset scaling as well.
Just like Clockwork Avian, the unblockable is an inevitability, and that's why, you know, spending bursts and then immediately booking your way out of the corner is so important.
We are just seeing an offensive masterclass out here from Excal. Oh, got clipped. What's up, he'll pick up, and he sure is. What awareness out here, even on the back foot.
Oh yeah, try to go for that throw. Great heads up play from Excalibur Blades, going for the tech, not letting Dawn get a free doll recharge, but since we still get combo, Doll will be back, gets the ender to get that knockdown. Roll out of the corner there from Excalibur Blades, escaping, but not with his life, as Dawn grabs him by the shoulder like Darkseid with the Superman cape saying, hey, where are you going? Get back into the corner.
Oh my gosh. It's like, listen, who do you think taught you how to roll like that? Who do you think taught you how to do those evasions? You gotta get your mind back here, get in these mix-ups. And now all of a sudden, Karl Clover trying to find the final hit.
Oh my god, I think Excalibur Blades has kind of struck gold with that round start here, or, you know, maybe not, dropping into the gold mines instead, as Dawn is initiating a cave-in on Excalibur Blades here in the corner.
Let's set up here. Good block on the overhead.
Oh yeah, fantastic defense for Excalibur Blades,
no.
but we eventually cracked Dawn, breaking him wide open.
To the other side. Doing some crazy stuff. He ends up going cross up. Doesn't stay same side, tried to grab, but he got hit. So you're gonna be able to throw him. Oh, you already know what time it is. You get the combo.
Yeah, counter assault combos are so gross there. The fact that Ada can just sit behind you and then can put you in the corner just like that is crazy. Now Dawn in the corner. Excalibur Blades popping OD. Oh, this is where things get scary. Super comes out as a bit of a Hail Mary. Excalibur Blades not going to have any of it. 100 meter. Can we spin it on the Super? Yes, we will. Excalibur Blades winning that last round, denying Dawn game number 5. And instead now launching Excalibur Blades back up to grand finals to get that rematch versus Fenrich.
If I had a nickel for every time that Excalibur Blades was in the loser's side of a grand finals today, not 2 nickels, man. This cat is cooking.
Absolutely, man. I am so thrilled. Excalibur Blades on the loser side of the bracket is one of the scariest things I have ever seen, I want to say. I mean, we just saw it earlier today with Avatar getting that reverse 3-0 after the reset. That was absurd. But then, at Frosty Faustings at 2026 earlier this year, he did the same thing, winning 6 games in a row versus Fuku, getting the reset and taking it all the way home. And you know what? While Fenrich may have dominated him there in winners finals, that was very much the case with Fuku versus Excalibur Blades at winners finals at Frosty's. Same story, 3-0 from Fuku, completely dismantled Excalibur Blades. We might be seeing the same case here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Excal at this point had to, at the very least, warm up. Like, we saw a ton of uncharacteristic drops from him in his initial set against Fenrich. Now, again, while execution is kind of the primary barrier to Karl, with how good that Fenrich is into this character, you also need to be ready to adapt and ready to adapt faster than you have before.
Absolutely, and both players are now getting ready. You can see Excalibur Blades probably running those calculations in his head real quick, thinking about how he wants to approach this matchup, how he should be approaching it differently, because Fenrich has already shown that he knows how to play around the doll in neutral. He knows how to play defense against Karl as well, and the fact that he can just jump out, which, you know, what seems like free a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's like now it's going to be on you. The earnest at this point is going to be on you as the offender, right? It's like when you have a DP, you recognize you have that power, and no one does that better than Fenrich, especially after we saw that last set. We saw it there before. It's like, for example, like you said, with the super jump air throw, while he was outside of the corner, while he had Excal in the corner, right? Like, you only get to see those things once you've established that that DP is on your horizon as a defensive option, and you need to play around it on O.
Right, exactly. And then I think we just need to tighten up some defense as well. You know, getting the reaction times up, checked again. Yeah, 6A, very hard to react to, right? We call it an unreactable and unblockable for a reason. But yeah, no, that is like one of the main toolkits. Like once you see that 50 meter on the side of Jin, okay, now those red lights gotta be flashing. 6A is on the horizon.
We're gonna get this button check going for our grand finals between our top 2 seeds, between arguably the 2 best players of this game in the world at this time.
Yes, and just like fate would have it, this will be the final set of Saturday here at CEO, transitioning us from Saturday, which had so many finals, so many round 2s and top 24s, top cuts, and now we're going to be transitioning towards the top 8 finals day on Sunday tomorrow as we get straight into grand finals. Excalibur Blades coming in from loser side onto the Carl Clover and Fenrich on a winner side as the reigning king into this bracket so far on the Jin.
We have one more champion to crown today after, as you said, a long day giving out belts, giving out medals. Now, XCal already has one. Is he going to go ahead and secure 2 in the span of 24 hours? Or is Fenrich going to come and spoil the hometown hero in terms of America?
In the span of 24 hours? You mean in the span of 2 hours? Got to shorten it a little bit right there.
Because
Excalibur Blades has been going at it for all of today. There's that 6A coming through. Not going to be the biggest threat for Excalibur Blades, but it does always reset that situation, even if you're not getting the most damage off of that 6A. Okay, great vacuum, bringing Fenrich into the corner off of the Ada coming off screen.
Good block so far from Fenrich. Ooh, wanted to try to get a grab tech out of Fenrich, doesn't quite find it.
Okay, Ada is down. Things are looking dire, and there it is, the 6A RC. Fenrich now taking round 1. And yeah, it's like looking a lot the same what we saw before. You know, Fenrich knowing how to kill Ada as quickly as possible. There it is with the JCs, and Excalibur Blades trying to vary up the timing by going for the activate into the deactivate. But a lot of times when we do that, we're kind of stalling Carl as a character. So that's the only threat on the table that Fenrich has to worry about, and can kind of just be like, it seems like a bit of like a guard dog. It's like, okay, you're going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep pressing my buttons and keep killing Ada whenever it comes online.
Right. Here we go, though. Right now, you are trapped.
Yeah, see, he's still pressing those 5As.
Yep. I mean, hey, the 5As, like I said, like, listen, sometimes you don't need to stop sign, you just got to yield a little bit.
It's like, stop, pause.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we don't got to stop for real, we just got to pause real quick.
Okay, bringing Ada closer.
All right, here we go.
Okay, there it is. Great pickup there from Excalibur Blades. Taking now Fenrich into the corner where Excalibur Blades should theoretically thrive. Now the question is, how long are we going to be able to keep Fenrich in the corner? Well, for a decent amount of time now with that. Oh, what a throw!
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh no indeed, Avian.
Yeah, I mean,
oh no indeed.
You're just dead. Fenrich goes ahead, takes it.
Let's see it already. There's the overdrive finish there, flashing on the screen, letting us all know that Fenrich now has a 1 point over Excalibur Blades. 1-0 here from the winner side.
Man, not here to play at all. Well, here to play, Blaze Blue, but not here to play in this bracket. Wants a W and wants it now.
Yeah, Fenrich maybe getting that salty run back after losing out of the bracket there in Fatal Fury. It's like, you know what? You can't be the only one with the win by multi-bracketing.
It's like, listen, we can all do that. That'd be so funny if in quote-unquote the side games, they both won their side game.
All right. Dancing around here mid-screen. Okay, nice slide coming through. A very aggressive approach there from Carl alone, but I think Excalibur Blades is starting to get a feel of that rhythm that, like, okay, now we have to be approaching way more with Carl rather than using Ada as that wall.
Oh, was really willing to chase down that backslide? Like, hey, that's why he's just the best.
Yeah,
not trying to get
just that range.
Here.
Perfect there. Using the nails at the perfect opportunity, but unfortunately not able to find anything afterwards. And Fenrich now will be getting that follow-up off that 6A RC.
And it all started off tech buttons. That's the anime classic, baby.
Dude, I can't block it. And clearly, Excal's having a hard time dealing with that overhead as well.
Oh, there we go. Trying to utilize the block stun of the air blocked 63D. So far not finding much though, just wants to reposition Ada. Trying to get something going, because so far all Doll Gauge juice have been Doll Gauge wasted.
Once again, like Excalibur Blades kind of feels like he's forced to play a bit more of a solo character now. You know, Ada has been carrying him so far in the rest of this bracket, but Fenrich has been that first wall saying, no, you cannot use Ada as much as you've been using it before, and you have to be approaching way more with Carl alone. And Carl is not a great character on his own, right? Very stubby buttons, movement is kind of whatever, right? He really needs that doll to take him to the next level.
Oh, no. He can take him to the next step. Get out with the conversion, but drops it. Oh my
okay,
God.
we find the low anyways. Fenrich not spending that burst, taking this damage, taking the mix-up. That's going to be a round here for Excal.
Not taking the mix-up at all either. Just gets hit by the straight 2B. Here we go. Now Excal finally on the board.
Yes, round apiece.
Got to see if we can maintain the same composure. Already got his 1 belt. See if we can take us back to the promised land.
Yeah, almost would have been a really nice pickup. I think we had to like jump cancel that to make that work.
Just denies any sort of chance for Ada to get started. There. The defense is so good, both actively and passively, making sure that he's in no position to even go near those follow-ups.
Yeah, look how Excal has been adapting so far. Count how many times Fenrich has been hitting Ada in these past couple rounds. Not as much as he used to.
Oh my gosh.
But still finding those small hits here and there regardless, and it is really adding up over time. It is a significant amount of damage after multiple hits in a row, and Fenrich stacking on the damage here. Not going to be enough as the OD did not last long enough to go for something like an EA finish. Excalibur Blade still roaming free, very low health, needs to find this comeback here against Fenrich because Fenrich is looking to establish a 2-0 lead against Excalibur Blades here in Grand Finals.
Yo, asking Ada why she keeps hitting herself.
Dude, it feels like...
Oh my gosh!
It feels like Excal can't do anything.
Yeah, it's like he can't do his traditional calls because he knows at the moment that comes up. Look at that. Now just trying to play a lot more passively because he knows that 1 or 2 more mixes will do it. DPRC gets you out.
Now DPRC kind of doing 2 things, right? We're killing Ada, and we're also killing Carl at the same time when they're both in range. And hey, if we don't hit Carl, well, we got RC, and now we're suddenly out of that pressure.
2 more rounds before we have to see whether or not we're going to crown Fenrich as champion.
Rebel 1.
Meanwhile, Excal trying to pull the same stunt that he's done before.
Yeah, so far, Fenrich has won 5 games against Excalibur Blades in a row in this bracket so far. Fenrich really cementing that, yeah, no, you don't run the show anymore, Excal.
And I mean, like you said, Ada just gets no chance to move at all. And the moment that she does, it's when Excal is already out of the driver's seat and Fenrich is taking over the car.
All right, send the doll out. Great usage of those air normals to catch Ada even when we're in a bit of an awkward position.
Uh-oh. Tries to go to the other side. Great blocks out here from Fenrich. A little bit late on the grab tech. And all of a sudden, here comes Ada. Here comes Carl trying to make some magic happen. Wow, what an unfortunate clash.
Okay, okay, yeah, calling Ada back towards Excal to help him out here in mid-screen. Can't activate Ada though. Fenrich still keeping him in check, trying to go for the grab, not gonna work, but it's okay. Excalibur Blades able to catch Fenrich, making it over that fence.
There we go. He's trying to go for the grab, he's gonna recover the time. DPRC, there already know what time it is. Just on the OD on deck for Excal, but wants no parts of it. Just wants to get out as quickly as possible.
Anti-air, there's the low hit. That's going to be it. 9 seconds left on the clock, and Excalibur Blades now getting another round, but struggling to close it out, struggling to get a game onto the table here.
That's going to be able to do it to advantage. So far, nothing. Gets the air throw.
All right, great amount of damage here coming in from Fenrich. Decent amount of damage, right? But
it is off an air throw.
Yeah, yeah.
All things considered. Ooh, Clapton trying to trap Fenrich somewhere. However, these jumps, once again, just so clutch.
Air dash in. Okay, we find a low conversion. That's big here. Excalibur Blaze still looking really low there on that Ada gauge.
He's got clipped. Won't be able to do anything with his OD. Gets the walker to the other side, and now all of a sudden, it's Fenrich on the offensive. Lands the combo, but just barely runs out of OD. And all of a sudden, Fenrich on the back foot once again.
Yeah, couldn't make it work. Fenrich, though, escaping the corner in a small attempt, but Excalibur Blaze still able to swat him out of the air like a fly. Ada now down for the count for just a little bit. Excalibur Blaze has to survive until then, or at least find a single hit. But right now, Excalibur Blaze is pulling the run-away tactic of creating distance between Fenrich here, but has backed him up into the wall. Or backed up Fenrich to the wall in the process. Great usage of the doll from the other side the moment it came back to catch Fenrich with the nails and secure his first game.
Yep, as you see here, both players trying to take a bit of a deep breath, try to recalibrate themselves. It is pretty late, so you don't want to be making any sort of mistakes due to that fatigue.
Yeah, almost midnight here, folks, at CEO. And both players looking to close it out sooner rather than later. 6A finding its hit there against Excalibur Blaze, and a lot of these ambiguous same side overheads coming in from Fenrich as well. Like I said, it's like, you just give Agito to Jin as a regular button. Such a strong aerial button to kind of just throw it out and be very ambiguous. Are we going for a cross-up? Are we going for a same side? It can be very hard to tell.
Oh my gosh, 5C starter. Especially when Excal's on point, that is gonna hurt. Wow, that going same side was crazy. And this crush counter hitting is even crazier. Oh no!
Excalibur Blaze giving Fenrich a lot of respect on Wake Up. For good reason. He blocks. Chicken blocks in fact too, not wanting to deal with that 6A pressure. Also because Fenrich is going for a lot of this stagger pressure, so leaving a lot of gaps.
Ooh, I like that the RC to make sure that it is absolutely burst safe. Excal starting to find a bit of his bearings here.
Yeah, finding his footing indeed. Pogo hit.
Oh no. How did he block that?
Dude, I got no clue.
How did he block
and
that
the air dash for the JC.
Oh my gosh, you're not quite dead. However, it's gonna be real close. The 6A to do it, and that might be one of the most well-earned rounds in BlazBlue history, man. What a block and what a conversion from Fenrich.
Yeah, continuing to find these hits here against Ada, depleting that gauge. And, depleting the gauge is very important too, because not only are you giving Excalibur Blaze less moves to work with in neutral, but even if Carl is able to find a hit, you don't have enough gauge to be able to keep that offense going for a significant amount of time unless you are able to find a hit. Unless you're able to find another combo. Here we go. Oh my god. The lead that Fenrich is building up so far. Look at the red blood there on Excalibur Blaze's health bar. Now completely gone, pushing him into this critical range here. One good hit from Fenrich will seal it off. We still have OD. We still have 50 meter for super.
I like that. Just trying to make sure that you are never in between Ada and Carl. Oh, and that should be it. He doesn't drop these. We see him go for the super, and that'll be it. Fenrich wins CEO 2026 from the winner side.
Yes, Fenrich, your BlazBlue Central Fiction CEO 2026 champion!
Man, what a tournament from him. What a weekend from him. And a way to cap it off with the literal last belt of the night.
Yeah, man, everything coming full circle. Fenrich being the king of CEO BlazBlue back in 2019, winning all those tournaments, showing he is the strongest BlazBlue player. And now coming back to CEO for the first time since, and keeping up that undefeated record here, showing that he's still in control and that you should always fear him when you see him in the bracket. Getting another belt.